Economic conversation from Main Street to Bay Street, from the dining rooms to the boardrooms, seems to come back to housing. Supply and demand, price, mortgage rates, especially during this home stretch of the provincial election campaign. And here to help distill the data is TRREB President Kevin Crigger. Kevin, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for the invitation.
So let's start with April market stats. How is the industry reconciling these higher rates and borrowing costs?
Well, I think in the month of April, we certainly saw buyers adjusting to the higher rate environment certainly that exists. So over the last year, we've effectively seen negotiated mortgage rates double. And as part of that, we've seen a number of buyers sort of step back from the market, take a break, and sort of readjust based on their own personal affordability based on the new rate environment that exists.
So let's talk about selling prices month over month, year over year, and the condo market metrics as well.
So in terms of average price, we've certainly seen a decline from March, with sort of February, March being the high water mark in the market. Compared to year over year, however, obviously prices are still substantially up. In terms of the condo market, it's been certainly an interesting one in that we've seen substantial demand in the condo sector. Prices are up 20% in the first quarter of the year. And as sort of a more affordable entry point, a lot of first-time buyers especially certainly look to the condo market as their entry point. So we've certainly seen strong demand in the condo side.
Kevin, you're the president of TRREB, the Toronto Region Real Estate Board. So let's talk about municipal housing supply and how that intersects with population growth.
Well, we're expecting substantial growth in population, obviously, in the Greater Toronto Area. And we've been sort of highlighting concern around the supply challenges that have existed in our market for quite some time. So looking at sort of changes and opportunities to bring housing supply to market, one of the most impactful ways would be to look at exclusionary zoning. Currently in neighborhoods throughout the city, the majority of land, 70–75%, is zoned exclusively for single-family homes. And we certainly see a substantial opportunity for gentle intensification with things like plex housing, duplex, triplex, fourplex, looking at opportunities for townhomes. Because one of the challenges that exists in the Toronto market, and it's not alone, is that from single-family homes to condos, there's really a sort of wide gap of inventory that really doesn't exist in our marketplace to a large degree.
And let's wrap it up by talking about how politics plays into this. We've got the provincial election in 9 days. You know, the leaders are out there kind of vilifying the speculators and trying to address and stump to the first-time home buyers, maybe those with less income. Talk to me about the difference between affordable housing and housing affordability.
Well, I think a lot of the political discussion really has centered on the ownership side of housing and sort of appealing to those who want to buy into the market. The one challenge or the one caution certainly I would provide is there's two housing markets. There's the rental market and the ownership market.
Right.
And, you know, the investors who basically own a lot of the rental stock in the market certainly provide an important value for those looking for rental supply. A lot of the rental supply in our market is really individually owned condominium suites. And, you know, without those, we'd have a further affordability issue that relates to rental.
Kevin Crigger, oh, I'm sorry. Kevin, we're going to have to leave it there. I really appreciate your time. Kevin Crigger, the president of the Toronto Region Real Estate Board. We'll talk to you in exactly a month and look back at how May looked as well in terms of all your stats. Thanks very much, Kevin.
Thank you.